Hello everyone, it's Kaifu here with game 1 in the series between Misha and Scott, where Misha on the left side is playing Mikage, while on the right side we have Scott is playing Dark Tree. So this will be a Dark Tree against Mikage matchup. Now Mikage has risen up in popularity in this current format just for the fact that it is very strong or counteractive against Faya. Faya is one of the most popular decks at the moment, and what that deck is, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys should know by now. Faya generates a lot of swarm using resonate to generate tokens and so on, and that can be overwhelming. So Mikage has a way to slowly, one by one, ping those token out of the way and make it less pressure for you to handle. So that's been the rise of Mikage at the moment. While we do have Dark Tree, now Dark Tree is a very interesting type of deck because it does allow you to tank all the damage. So at the moment we do have, like I said before, in the current format is very popular in Elves, and Elves able to do a lot of damage output in the early game, and because of that you most likely will not survive with 4,000 life point and you get pressure down. So with that, use your deck as the life point instead, so you won't die. That's the best way I can really say about it. Other than that, that's pretty much it. And also, this will be a control mirror match. Not my favorite commentary to do because control mirror match doesn't really do much in the early game. It's all about putting one card in the field, cancelling, removing, hand destroying, or hand removal, and so on. It's pretty boring. It's nothing fun. So don't expect too much crazy combo in this current video. So other than that, let's get back to the game itself. Currently life point was 4,000 compared to 4,000. Looks like Misha is going for the offensive play now. Now Misha, I believe he said he wasn't aware of what Dark Tree is, and he's not very used to Dark Tree because he hasn't faced one before. So Dark Tree is pretty much, again, like I said before, instead of taking damage, your deck takes this milling instead for 1 card per 100 attack damage. So Misha is allowing Scott to do his plays because, again, the more damage that Mikage does, or Misha does, the more cards will be in his remove pile, and the more cards in the remove pile, better for Scott to use because, again, the remove pile for Scott is pretty much his second hand, but it depends how he uses those cards. I believe that because Horn of Sacred Horn, the regalia is no longer legal, or even then it's pretty much banned in most format anyway. He replaced it with the bottle, which is the medicine. Now the bottle is pretty much an addition, which what does, you can banish it, or you can target 3 cards for it and then banish it. Target up to 3 cards, you can send it back to the deck. So ideally this is the combo play. It's pretty much the similar play with the infinite damage taken. So pretty much you use Horn to be the only card and then use this outgrind your resource and so on. But let's see now. But it seems that the regalia has been not regalia, the addition has been removed. I wasn't paying attention. I think it has been popped off by, actually, what destroyed it? Actually, I wasn't paying attention what destroyed it. I think it was the Grim who destroyed it, from what I saw. So yeah, let's see now. So most likely in the early game, as I mentioned before, nothing will be happening much because it will be a early game battle, not early game, early game setup, and just setting up plays and so on, and that's pretty much it. And then Misha played the 2-drop Fairy Tail Resonator. The name I can't recall, but I know what it does. It's pretty much when you can destroy a resident that has been dealt damage this turn. So pretty much using Mikage's ability, pin for damage and dropping the resonate and pop it off the kill. And next in comes the Definite Midnight. So pretty much it's a removal spell that's non-target. At the moment, Scott's dropping Melfi. I think he just wants to mana ramp. Unsure why he wants to mana ramp, to be honest. And oh wow, that's a lot of cancel spell play. So Yeah, that seems like a lot of cancel spell being used against Scott. But at least he knows that his opponent's completely tapped, that he doesn't have to worry too much at the moment anyway. So he is going to be paying for dropping the dragon. Now this dragon is very powerful in the as a control user, because what it does is that you can pretty much you can banish it. So you can pretty much dodge kill spell and removal and so on, and at the end of the turn it comes back on the field. So what you can do with you can play very offensively with it. You can swing with it for 900, banish it, comes back unrested, so meaning you have a blocker later on, and it's a fly as well, and it's 9/9, so it's pretty hard to kill. Other than that, that's pretty much all the ability it has, unless you're playing IU, but since Scott isn't playing IU, the other ability is kind of irrelevant at the moment. So let's see what can Misha do, because Misha doesn't have a lot of way at the moment to deal with the flying dragon, and 5 hits from that is pretty much a dead player. But he does have Faria. The Faria is pretty much a prevent damage, so he's using cards such as Faria and so on to take less damage, because figure it this way. If you verse against IU is pretty much an aggressive J-Ruler strategy. If you drop a Faria, or the 4-drop Faria, you're pretty much gonna stall them out. They can't do much unless they bear magic the Faria. There's no other way to get rid of that damage preventer. So pretty much even your target attack into Faria, it will take no damage. You target in play, it takes no damage. So at the moment, Scott's gonna be using Final Battle, paying a total of I can't remember. I think he's paid a total of 18 life to do a lot of damage on the field, and then I think Michelle tries to cancel, but however Scott did have the 7 win in hand by hard casting it, removing it off the battlefield. So attacking directly for 900 and putting Misha down to 3,100 compared to Scott's 2,200 life point. So let's see now what can actually he do, because at the moment it's pretty harsh at the moment. And using the effect of the dragon to remove it. That's an interesting play, to be honest, because the dragon won't be dying anyway, so I'm not sure why he did that. But even if, like, let's say Misha had the card that I can't remember. I think Blood Arrow or something. It was something arrow that destroys a resident that has been dealt damage. He can just banish at that point, making his opponent wasting a card. So yeah. In comes the Grim, destroying the addition, which allows him to search for any fairy tale he wants. So he'll be searching for the Grim. Oh, interesting. A Grim is a 4-drop resonator, flyer, 9/9, and it has an ability you can pay X amount. Pretty much 2 darkness, not X amount. You pay 2 darkness, you can target resident on the field, and it gets minus X, depending on the amount of fairy tale you control on the battlefield. So he can actually debuff the dragon while declaring an attack and so on, and pretty much can block it if necessary. The dragon does come back, so now Scott can go for the offensive play before the Grim comes down. So yeah, let's see what Scott can do now. 900 fly on the field compared to Grim, that is a 5/7, which can't do much at the moment. At the moment, Scott doesn't have a lot of cards in hand. He has 2 Foresight, and 1 card allows you to do the removal. And then Scott attacks, but however he declared to activate the ability to banish while when he used Mikage's ability, and then it comes back no damage. Yeah, I think Scott is doing a lot of mistakes at the moment. Maybe he's a bit nervous, or maybe he's unaware how the deck fully operates. That's what I'm assuming at the moment, because like he could went aggressively last turn and swing for 900, which put his opponent down almost, actually exact same life point as him, 2,200. And then if his opponent, let's say he does ping a damage and then use the removal spell that it has been dealt damage this turn, you can kill it, you can banish at this point, because at the moment you're making your opponent lose cards in hand, which is the key thing. That's the key concept in control matchup. Whoever has the most advantage usually wins, but at the moment Scott is making not a lot of great plays at the moment. But however, we all notice at the moment, or I noticed at the moment, his rule is not tapped, so meaning he'll be reviving something from the remove pile. In comes the Grim. The Grim has now been only on play, so pretty much on play he can recycle one Resonator from his graveyard back to his hand. So pretty much a Dead Man Prince, but a 4-drop Fairy Tale, a Flyer 9/9 instead of a Prince 5/5 from the Grim Cluster days. Adding back the Fire to prevent any more damage being dealt by Scott. At the moment, we're pretty much at the mid game now, and it is a quite slow game at the moment, and we're already at the 10-minute mark. And I believe end of the turn. Was it end of the turn? End of the turn. No, I think it was at the beginning of his draw phase. Oh wow. Yeah, Scott is making a lot of mistakes at the moment, because at the moment the dragon cannot come back. Wait, was it end phase? No, it's at the end phase. It's at the end phase. Yeah, Scott is making a lot of mistakes at the moment. He's not really focused, and he is paying 600 to remove the cards in his graveyard. This is a questionable play, but if it was me, I wouldn't do it right away until I see a purpose for it, because at the moment you're just paying resources, and those extra resources could have been for cards for Final Battle or cards for other like Excalibur and so on. So I wouldn't necessarily pay life point without a reason. So yeah, it seems pretty messy at the moment for Scott what he's trying to do. So yeah, let's see now. Currently life point wise 3,100 compared to 1,600 life point. Field wise, we do have Medicine Bottle compared to Grim and another Grim, the Vampire Grim. So there's two Grims on the field, while Scott doesn't have anything, but it doesn't really matter because Scott does want to take damage directly, so he can get more cards into remove pile, making his pretty much making his what do you call it? What's his name again? Oh man, I'm blanking out at the moment. What was the card's name again he just summoned? Razar, that's right. Razar will get bigger for each residence being removed in his remove area. So he can be potentially be hitting for 20,000 damage. In comes the Nameless Mist. Hand information, very good. The more information you have your opponent's hand, see how weak it is, how strong it is, then you know how to make your optimal play. At the moment, Scott only has two Fort Site or Shangri-La's Fort Site, and the other card allows you to recycle and remove card and what do you call it, and draw a card. At the moment, that card is pretty dead because there's no light cards or light source in his magic pool. But wait, I think Misha did a misplay as well. Why did he discard that card? At the moment, Scott has literally no way of using it. So if I was Misha, I would discard the one of the blue spell. Yes, discarding one makes no difference, but one card in his hand is completely dead. While the other two is like, you know what, I can pay 2 blues. Let's draw a card. Let's see what I draw into. Or I can bounce my addition back, or I can bounce your blocking resonator and so on, or offensive resonator. So yeah, I really do not think that was the correct play played by Misha. He should have discarded one of the blue spells, because again the white spell is completely dead. As you can see, there's no white source. He can't recycle anything because he actually got rid of the statue, which is the addition, allows him to turn all his magic stone into 5 colors, and he actually got rid of 2 Melfi at the same time, so meaning there isn't much Scott can do to use that card exactly. At the moment, I think Mikage has a total of 14 blood counters. So yeah, that's a lot of blood count, and that Mikage is winging like a truck later on. But I do believe Scott does have 1 bottle in the graveyard, so meaning he can potentially do the infinite loop. When I infinite loop, I mean infinite stall. So he pretty much will take no damage for the rest of the game if he does it correctly. So gaining more blood counter for Scott. Currently sitting on, I believe, 16 blood counters, making it a very threatening J roll when it comes to play. So let's see. at the moment field-wise. 2 Grooms, 1 Fiery compared to 1 Medicine Bottle and a Dragon. Field-wise, that's pretty much it. Both players have a lot of resource to play with because again, they're not facing any aggro decks, so it means they will be on the field, surviving on the field at least. And Misha able to do Judgment, paying 3 resource, judgmenting Mikage onto his J-Rule side. And I believe, if I remember correctly, he gains a lot of attack points from the blood counters. Base stat is 900. So at the moment he's sitting on 25. Damn, that's pretty big. Yeah, but I don't think Scott should be afraid too much. Just for the fact that he can, you know what? Attack me. I just deck out and you can't do anything. So let's see now. Looks like both players discussing about the bottles and so on. I think he meant the tapping for the bottle. I think. In comes the Razard. Paying 200 life again. Yeah, I don't really agree with this play at the moment. Wait, did he pay for 200? I think he forgot to pay for 200. Yeah, I think he forgot to pay for 200 because we saw the result gets sent to the remove pile. Oh man. At the moment, the stat wise on Razard isn't too big, I guess. But let's see what happens actually. Let's see, life point was 3,100 compared to 1,400 life points. Technically 1,400 life points, but because he did remove a card from the graveyard, so technically it should be 1,400. But in the actual game itself, the board it shows as 1,600, so we'll be using as that as the base life point. Because obviously this the actual life point they both players believe it is, so we'll go with that. Let's see now. What can Scott actually do? Scott can't really do much because we saw his hand. He only had pretty much 2 Foresight and a couple cards he drew into. I think one was Aqua Soul Ring. Oh no, not Aqua Soul. Aqua Soul. So which allows him to recycle any chant cards from his graveyard back to his hand. So he can recycle potentially a lot of cancel spells. But I don't think Misha can do anything either because no matter how much damage he can deal, his deck will be tank enough to take all of it. And because the fact that Scott has 2 bottles, one on the field and one in the graveyard, he pretty much locked his opponent down from killing him from battle anyway, or doing damage in general. This kind of sucks at the moment for Misha, because unless Misha has some kind of draining life point effect, for example, like Killing Stone ability, like your opponent lose life or your opponent lose X life and so on, that's the only way Misha can win at the moment. There's no other way from what I'm seeing, because it's a complete lockdown unless Misha has an addition removal, like play another Grim, pop the addition up, and then next time Scott plays a medicine bottle, hopefully Misha has a cancel spell in hand ready, preparing to prevent that card to come on the battlefield. But at this point in time, he is completely locked out. We're currently at the 19-minute mark now, so not sure what both players can do, because both players is kind of stuck. Because at the moment, think about it, Misha can do as much attack as he wants, but Scott has the infinite stalling technique, or infinite life point, or infinite deck technique that won't deck him out. While Misha has the Faria, preventing first damage dealt to him and to Faria as well. So yeah, not much that both players can do at the moment. So it's pretty much most likely ends in a draw. Most likely will end in a draw. So let's see now, what can both players do? Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty boring game for the time being, because again, it is a control mirror match, and we all know for the fact that in control mirror, there's not much can be done because there's no crazy rush for like damage output anyway. It's a slowly grindy game, and that's the looks of it. So let's see now, and wait. Oh, he's using the dragon's ability, banish, and so on. Questionable play, I guess. I guess a very questionable play. Because at the moment he's using Mikage's ability to generate more blood counters by the looks of it. And it looks like sitting on quite a big one as well. I think he's sitting on like what? That's a total of 5 dice at the moment. Is it 5 or 3 dice? Looks like 3 dice, and it's sitting on like what? If I can see correctly, all 3 of the dice landing on 6 is 18. So 18 blood counters. Damn. So, well, what happened to the deck? 1. So his own opponent, he will pretty much lose his own entire deck. But I don't understand why Misha would do that, because he's literally allowing his opponent to do what he really wants, that like take all the damage and so on. So he's pumping blood counters and so on. So he does remove the whole entire deck at the moment. So looks like he'll be using the bottle to recycle the bottle on top of the deck, drawing the 1 card. So now, as you can see, this is a complete lockdown domain, because no matter what Misha does, all the damage will be prevented. And yeah, and this part of the video, I'm pretty sure you can skip to game 2 now if you really want to, because like it's gonna pretty much be like this for the rest of the 20 minutes of my life. Sadly, I cannot go to game 2 with you at the moment at this point in time. So, but by the time you skip to game 2, you will see me there. So yeah, there's not much happening at the moment. I think he just plays Spiderweb. Yeah, he plays Spiderweb to recycle a card, playing it to kill the bottle. But however, if you notice, Scott is playing the 3 stones. The 3 stones on the very far left side of his is pretty much he can banish it, return up to 1 card from his graveyard to the top of the deck. So literally Scott has no way of losing this at the moment. All he can do, like, you know what, I'm gonna stall you out, deck you out, and so on. So we can play this game for a while. We can literally play this game for a while. So hitting another stone. So playing the bottle again once more. Oh no. This is really rough. And when I mean rough, I don't mean rough for the player, I mean rough for me, because I have to stay here. So the bottle will be recycling cards once more back to the graveyard. But as long as Scott doesn't misplay, he'll be fine. Completely fine. Let's see now. So at the moment, no matter what damage that Misha does is completely nullified by the rule's ability, unless there's a card release, which is not at the moment, to nullify a rule's ability completely, aka Circle Nullifier from the Valhalla set. So let's see now. Scott is just seeing there's another bottle in his graveyard. He does have a bottle, and he's just returning bottle after bottle. So not allowing his opponent to say that you can't kill me. Literally, you can't kill me unless you have a cancel spell. And it looks like Scott isn't tapping his rule for a stone. It looks like he wants to revive his card from his remove pile. Most likely reviving what's his name, a Razard, putting a big ass big stick on the battlefield, and if he can actually maintain those cards on the battlefield, that would be great. Let's see, currently life point was 3,100 compared to 1,600 life point. Again, as I said before, nothing can be done at this point in time, so if you want to skip ahead, I recommend skipping ahead. So this will be a very long battle, or a very long game for one game anyway. So at the moment, we all know the strategy. What Scott can do now is pretty much deck out his opponent one at a time. But wait, he didn't use the ability? Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Huh. Okay. Okay, that's very interesting then. So let's see what can he do. So wait, another way that Misha can win if he plays his own Razard if he has it in his deck. So meaning that as soon as he drops the Razard, he can actually pay 200, remove the current bottle in the graveyard, and Scott is forced to banish the bottle on his field to send that back to the deck, and then Misha can just pay another 200, and that's pretty much the game. If he does have Razard in his deck at all. But I'm pretty sure not in the main board, but in the sideboard. But I'm not sure if we're able to see a sideboard at all at this point in time with the game is currently going at. Okay, let's see. Currently life point wise 3,100 compared to 1,600. 4 cards in hand for Scott, while Misha has like I believe 5 cards. I want to say 5 cards. But both players does have a lot of mana. Scott only has a bottle or medicine bottle on the field compared to Scott's J-Roller. Not Scott's, Misha's J-Roller. 3 Grims, 2 of them being the 2-drop, 1 being the 4-drop. Fiery, preventing battle damage, and 2 pretty much little dudes on the battlefield. Let's see. Scott is going to be tapping his ruler and paying 2 resources to revive a card. I don't agree with this play. I really don't agree with this play. I would have waited to end off Misha's turn to revive it, and he's paying 200 again to remove the Razard. Again, it really makes no sense. Like, why would you remove it at this point in time and reviving Razard at the moment? You should have just wait until next turn and see what happens, because like at the end of the day, the Dark Tree is an instant speed type ability, so yeah, a lot of misplay played by Scott at the moment, terrible misplays at the moment, but I'm pretty sure he's just feeling under the pressure because like his opponent's literally overwhelming him with field cards on field and hand. So at the moment, the only thing Scott is surviving on is 2 bottles, and he's not very confident in it by the looks of it. Looks like, yeah, that is a very, very, very big Mikage at the moment. Oh man, that's a big ass J-Roll. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but again, I don't know what Misha can do, because at the moment Misha's discarding card 1 at a time because he's completely out of cards to play, or he doesn't want to play anything at least. I'm not sure if Misha's a scoop in this situation, because if Misha's scoop right now, he has more time to play in game 2, because he knows they can't deal damage unless the only way for Misha to win is again to either have his own Razard in the deck, or have a Severing Wind and a removal addition right away, and then cancelling the play after the bottle is going to be placed on the battlefield. I think that's the only real way to be put on the battlefield at the moment. Yeah, at the moment there's nothing can be done. So yeah, it's gonna be a very long battle. Sorry about that, my chair is getting quite old, it's creaking, and that's what you just heard from, sadly. Let's see. again, using the trees effect. Again, I don't agree with this play. Why would you revive it during your turn instead of your opponent's turn? Because again, you can't attack, and it can't do anything. Again, paying 200 life points seems like a waste. Yeah, again, Scott's play is very questionable. Wait, did he do end phase? Yeah, I think he did end phase. But again, you shouldn't use your life point recklessly. Yes, I know for the fact that he can't take damage from life points, but again, you want to save those life points for something very useful later on if that situation does pop up. Reviving Allah. Speaking of reviving, what happened to the Blue Dragon? I think Scott forgot to revive it, and it went to the graveyard. Huh. I'm not I can't remember at the moment. I'm not sure if the dragon is a mandatory effect or not. Let me take a look. Give me a second, please. I'm pretty sure it's a mandatory effect. Yeah, it's a mandatory effect. Yeah, it's a mandatory. You have to put it on the field. It's not a May, so that dragon should have been on the field ages ago. So I'm not sure. I actually completely forgot about the dragon. So attacking directly, fire it and sending it back to the top of the deck. Wait, was it blocking? Yes, blocking. I'm not sure that was a correct play by Scott at the moment. Yeah, I don't think that was a really correct play. So yeah, I don't think that was a really correct play. Wait, severing the severing? Oh no, Misha, you shouldn't have done that. The pain. What Misha should have done is pretty much let that severing resolve, take the damage because again he only has one attack, and when Scott play his bottle again, hard cast the severing to cancel it. He should have done that play. Oh god. Both playing misplaying a little bit. But yeah, if I was Misha, I would have let the severing resolve, knowing for the fact that he might have not had more cancel spell in his hand and able to pretty much, hard cast severing at when he cast the bottle and win the game from there. He should have done that. But at the moment, I think Misha put himself in a sticky situation that he doesn't really want to be in. Yeah, this kind of sucks at the moment. But the Optimus of Foresight was completely fine. Let it be cancelled by Scott because again, if Scott used his only cancel spell in hand, you can literally win next turn. If he plays a bottle and then you cancel it with a 7 win, that's the play I would have done. I wouldn't actually bother canceling it. And but even unless the damage is lethal. I think if I remember correctly, Rizal was only sitting on 2,500 in the commentary when they were speaking to each other. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And plus, if playing the bottle again. Interesting, okay. Yeah, this is quite a boring battle. Yeah, I wish I can skip, but I can't skip. So, yeah. It's gonna be going to time very soon. Like, they only literally have, like, what? It's 35 minutes at the moment, and we have, like, a 10-minute or 5-minute side decking later on, by the looks of it. And it will literally go into time. So, yeah, at the moment. Pretty harsh. And Scott should save the Aqua Soul to use it later on, because he can recycle his Severing Wind later on if your opponent does Severing Wind his bottle. So yeah. Wait, what? So he does. Oh, so he's not using the bottle's effect, but he's using the stone to send it to the graveyard so he can recycle the card. Interesting. But I don't see a point. You might as well just recycle the card you actually want to have. Because Aqua Soul Wing, not Aqua Soul, Aqua Soul Wing. Aqua Soul is a good card, don't get me wrong, guys. But however, if you can recycle a cancel spell, you might as well recycle it, right? Because there isn't, if I remember correctly, there isn't a lot of option for the card, and yeah. Yeah, that's what I think. So, not sure why Scott did that, to be honest. Yeah, it's very questionable play. It's very questionable plays that he did. Dropping the Grim, attempting to pop it. Not recycle anything, of course. If you recycle anything, it's pretty much allowing your opponent to like deck you out, like especially if you recycle the bottle. But if it was a Scott, I would recycle the. Actually, no, I wouldn't recycle anything, to be honest. Yeah, I wouldn't recycle anything. Yeah, my bad. I wouldn't recycle. That was a really dumb play if I would do that. If you recycle anything, your opponent says, "I'll pass," and you draw into it like, "Oh crap, it's not the bottle." So yeah, yeah, you shouldn't use the thing. You shouldn't use the bottle at all. Just let it die. But I think Scott should be very conservative with his stones as a thing. Yeah, he has to be very conservative with his stone. If he doesn't, he'll be in a lot of trouble. So let's see now, life point wise, still remaining, well almost the same anyway, 3,100 compared to 2,100 life point. So let's see now. Not much can be done at this point of time. So yeah, so Scott is checking his graveyard to see how many more cancel spell does Misha has. Because if Misha played the standard 4 Other Worlds and 4 Severing Wings, he should be fine. But it's gonna be a very rough battle for Scott at the moment. Oh, let's see now. Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired from commenting this just one battle. For those who don't know, I'm not a big fan of control versus control. Yes, it's gonna be an interesting match, but for me, as casting it or commentating it, not so much. Not a big fan of it. So let's see. Paying 2 looks like we're reviving Razad again. Yep, reviving Razad, pulling him back onto the battlefield. Not much can be done at the moment. By the looks of it, Misha is trying to get rid of Resonator so he doesn't take any damage, which I can completely understand, I guess. Free cards at the moment. Playing another Varia. So yeah, at the moment he's just playing bottle to pretty much stall up for time and hopefully get into draw. I think that's his only strategy at the moment. He has like 20 more minutes to go, and we're already at the 40-minute mark right now. Because I do think Misha still has a chance, as long as he cancel the bottle at the right time. Yeah, going towards end phase. Looks like he's discarding the arrow. But yeah, this is gonna be an endless cycle, just saying. It's gonna be an endless cycle. Aqua Soul Ring. Why would he recycle that? I'm kind of confused. Yes, I am definitely very confused at the moment. And Misha shouldn't cancel the card. Let him use the card, and you can cancel out the bottle. The bottle is the actual card causing the whole issue. He should save the bottle. Because Scott didn't actually search for 7 win. That's the thing. Because he didn't search for 7 win, he can't cancel your cancel. Oh man, all these mistakes these guys are making are very kind of frustrating, but not much can be done at the moment. Ah man, that's a lot of misplays. Let's see. I don't think Scott can do any damage at all with those 2 fires in play. Yeah, definitely not. Attacking offensively. Death at midnight. So he'll be forced to banish one of his resonators. The current block. I think it wouldn't be. Wait, I'm not sure why he declared him block in the first place. Oh, he wanted to get rid of the resonator. Or I think so, at least. Paying 200 life points, which puts Scott down to 1,000 life. It would be so nice if Misha has that card allows you to drain your opponent's life for 1,000. That would be so great at the moment. Income lanes miss. Oh wait, what's Scott doing? He's paying 2. He's actually... No, don't tell me to recycle your graveyard. No, he's actually recycling his graveyard. That's the game. Yeah, that's the game, guys. Yeah, that's definitely the game. That is the fatal game. The fatal moment that Scott sealed his game. Because he shuffled his card back to his graveyard. Yeah, it's pretty much game. It's pretty much game. Yeah, this game, guys. It's completely game. Scott completely screwed up this one. Oh no. Oh no, indeed. I think that's the game, guys. Yeah, that's definitely the game. Yep. And from there, all Misha has to do is poke from one attack, and that's the game. Yeah, that is not the best way to end out. Yeah, that's pretty much the game. Yeah, it's game. Guaranteed game. Yep, that's the game, guys. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for Game 2, hopefully. Okay, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Game 2 now. Game 1 was such a rough battle, 45 minutes for one game. So as you can see, I don't think there's enough time for Scott to actually win this match, because the fact that we already went 45 minutes into the game already, and we already had a 5-minute 45-minute what do you call it, side decking. I'm not sure why bother side decking at this point in time. You only literally have 10 minutes left, and then literally Misha, all he has to do right now is not die this game. And in a control mirror match, that's not likely to happen in the early game. So all Misha has to do is that I'll drop this, I deblock, I block, and that's all Misha has to do. And because he won game 1, and if it does go into time, Misha wins by default because he is up by 1 game. Playing the Blue Dragon. Looks like at the moment Scott is trying to go very, very offensive at the moment, trying to speed the game up, hopefully win game 2 very quickly. But you know, Mikage is like, ping! 1 damage to your dragon, not dragon, to your little soldier dude. So yeah. So at the moment, both players are back to 4,000 life points. And Misha knows well enough that he just needs to stall, and hopefully time runs out by the time game 2 is still ongoing. Hardcasting the Neo barrier. So now I guess Neo barrier, I guess. But in comes the I think I want to say that's Heavenly Gust. Destroying the addition, attacking 900 directly, and I think that was a removal spell, Gale Force, and then Scott removes it so he comes back in the battlefield. So no offensive play played by Scott. As he tried to go for the offensive play, Misha is just like, nope, denial, denial, and denial. Yep, that's pretty much sealed the fate from now. Dropping fire in play, so pretty much Scott has to get rid of the Resonator in order to even bother doing damage. $900 and nothing happens. Yeah, I don't think Scott can do anything at this point in time. Bouncing the Resonator back. I guess. So yeah, nothing can be done at the moment. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, in comes the hand control card, which allows Misha to remove 1 card from his hand. I think. Oh no, he removed the wrong card again. That card is completely useless. At the moment Scott has no way to generate white, so meaning that card is dead, dead, nothing. As a dead card, can't do anything. So he pretty much helped Scott to remove a dead card from his hand at this point in time. Yes, we do know Scott has played statue, but as you can see, he doesn't have a statue in play, so meaning until the statue comes out, that is pretty much a dead card. Attacking directly for 900, and nothing happens. Wait. Severing Wind comes in play. You can't even bounce the card because it has to be attacking. So, looks like, yeah, the game is completely sealed, and we're only a couple minutes left before time is up. Looks like that's the game, guys. Yeah, that's completely the game for me. You can't win, like literally, you can't win. I think Scott can try, but at the moment, Misha's controlling the board, has fire in play to prevent damage, and Misha has removal and hand control. what can you actually do? Like literally, what can you actually do against that situation? You already lost game 1. But yeah, that game 1 fatal misplay cost him the game. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the game. Because at the moment, and for those that know, Tree can't do anything unless Misha deals damage, and Misha knows for the fact that I'm not gonna deal damage. If I deal damage, you get cast in your move pile, and that's what you need. And yeah, that's the game, guys. And he said I'm gonna script. There's no point. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys next time. Peace.